Welcome to Caribou Data Science channel. Please turn the page. How's that? Right. Welcome to the Caribou Data Science channel. This is Sunday evening, August the 20th. And I added a new wrinkle to my lifestyle here today. This here is a traveler's passport notebook. Nice leather cover, a fountain pen, a portable fountain pen from Germany no less, and my first note. Contrary to what they may think, this is not a cipher. That's actually my cursive handwriting. That tells you how bad my handwriting's got. Well, let's be honest. My handwriting, even in school and stuff, was never that good. Which was why I was so happy to get my first word processing program on that hard. But my intention is to keep track. I'm not sure how much of some of what I'm thinking and some I'm doing. Notes about, like part of it's going to be about currently Psalms 119, the top 10 Hebrew words in Psalms 119. Of course, it's going to be lots of data anecdotes. It's also going to be what I call my Midnight Madness notebook. Okay, that's where my manic takes over. My mind goes crazy in the middle of the night and I can't get to sleep. My plan is to get up, write the thought down in the notebook, and then go back to bed. Okay. So anyway, tonight we're going to continue to take a look at the Cyclistic Bakeshare data set. Well known for all you folks. It's on Kaggle. If you can get to follow along. I'll also include a link to my GitHub repository. Okay. I will be updating the code. Every evening at the end of our session, okay? Repositories, let's see something here. There we go. And as you can see, there are currently two files up here. One watching, one activity, no forks. There's the R code, which reads the data in and writes it out to a SQL Server database. I didn't actually do any data wrangling here, okay? I did finish with a couple plots down here, nothing tricky. Okay. So let me put that up here. So if you come in late, go up there, grab the URL. You can also use Git to clone it to your local computer. Okay. The second version is SQL. This was all the data. This was all the data clean. Okay. Here's where we join the four files together. Then we begin to do this. Now, if memory serves me correct, all this code here was suggested by ChatGPT. Okay. Delete rows. So this is data cleaning. We added columns for start and end date. Then we create the start and end date. Then we delete rides. Then we narrow the data down to single day rides, 1 day rides. By only deleting the rows with the start and end date doesn't match. We just did a quick count here to check for rows that have missing starting and ending station names. Then we deleted the rows if either the starting station name and the end station name was null. Then we came down here and we added some more columns. To be using an update command to add the start hour, the day of the week, the start month, and the trip duration. Okay. Then we came down here, we deleted the rows where the trip duration is less than or equal to 0. Add a new column for trip distance. Okay. And now's where some magic begins. This is the code given to me to calculate the trip distance and update the column. Okay. Then we came down and we deleted any trips with less than or equal to 0. We did a quick check here. Now's the next nice bit of magic. ChatGPT flagged outliers, which SQL Server flagged our outliers. And so this is how we came down here, and we flagged our outliers. Okay. All right. Now, count right up. Let me do some quick things here to check. Just do a couple quick numbers. So from this, so we never actually. What we did is, okay. For the outliers, we set a flag. 0 means it's an outlier. It's not an outlier, and 1 means it is an outlier. So down here, we did a quick count. Okay. And we said only return the rows that are not outliers. Then we came down here and we calculated the percentage of for each group. We did basically the same thing for the bike type. Month with most least cities. Again, all this code is written by ChatGPT. Getting month with the most least rides. Okay, that's kind of where we are right now. But what we want to do is we want to go back and we want to create some aggregate table. We're going to go back and we're going to start to begin to create a data mart, okay, which is going to contain some aggregate tables of basic data. And the most basic thing we can look at is by date, by bike type, by member casual type, okay? And of course, and again, all this work is going to be some one more note I want to make here. One good here. In the video a couple nights ago, it had to do with the big city service request data set, so it's helping someone with. There's good news and there's bad news. The good news is 39 views. Okay, 39 views. Bad news is we only have 3 likes, okay? If you want us 39 people and you're here tonight, if we're going to grow the channel, I need your help. I can't grow the channel by myself. I can put up quality content, but the only way we move up the ladder, the pecking order of YouTube is with likes. So it's very, very important that if you stop by, or even for a few seconds, that you click the like button, okay? There really isn't an excuse for you to stop by and not click the like button. I do that all the time. If I go by a video, even if I don't watch it, I still click the like button for it. I need your help. I need your help to build our channel. Okay, this channel is for you. I do this all the time. I do it for you folks out there, you 39 people. But I need you to click the like button. Of course, the subscribe button is given, right? But click that like button for me, okay? And of course, also click the bell icon to be notified when I go live, all right? So let's go over here now. Check out our databases. Cyclistic tables. Let's take a look here. Let's start a new query. Okay, because we're going to be doing more of the EDL work here tonight. Let's just do a top here. Okay, here's our rows. What can we get rid of here now? Let's try some here. Let's create a new table here.
Na terra da minha alma, onde no vento voaia, no Araguaia, no Araguaia.
Let's call this. Okay, let's start off the bat here with oh, of course.
Ficamos na beira d'água, o rio é como o nosso sangue. Ficamos na beira d'água,
Into.
o rio é como o nosso sangue. Vou na terra da minha alma, vou na terra da minha alma, no Araguaia.
Let's save this. Documents.
No Araguaia.
Where is it? How's that, Alec?
Me olho no espelho, passo batom vermelho e vou. Siga meu
Then we're going to drop
desligue seus aparelhos, que a nossa
a
hora
couple columns.
Você sempre dizia que a minha companhia é tudo de bom. Aproveite essa chance de me ter no seu alcance. Aqui estou.
Okay, good.
Você contando os dias e eu cantando melodias que sonho, que sonho. Sempre soube que
Okay.
a saudade só aumenta a vontade de ter alguém mais aqui.
Okay, let's drop column.
Me mostra a
Right ID.
beleza de ter tanta certeza
Just do
de
this.
saber o que quer. Aproveite essa chance e se entregue pro romance do jeito que quiser. Desde que eu te vi, só penso em poder tocar em você.
Yeah, let's drop.
Não quero te distrair, nem te esperar. Eu quero toda a sua atenção. Me olhe no espelho, passo no batom vermelho. Siga meu conselho, desligue seus aparelhos. Me olhe no espelho.
I thought there was something else I needed to drop.
Siga meu conselho, desligue seus aparelhos. Desde que eu te vi, só penso em poder tocar em você, estar em suas mãos.
Yeah, let's drop started at and ended at because we got to split on in the necessary columns. I mean, and what this do? This just simplify the.
Queria saber se você vai conseguir ver. Eu acordei sentindo sua falta, saudade.
And of course, by using an alternate table, we're preserving the other data. Okay, so just drop a couple things here. Good.
Na real é que só queria que você soubesse que eu te adoro. Eu preciso de você aqui.
Let's come over here. Okay, then let's start. All right. How? The most basic aggregate function we can do is total is the number of rides and such by time. Okay. All right.
Que bom que você chegou. Senti seu pé, seu cheiro. Você mesmo. Vai me fazer assim tão bem. Você chegou tão bom.
Let's do one more thing back up here. Not quite sure what I want to do this for. Let's see what happens. So this column is only being added to. Okay. And if you are in the background there, hey, don't be shy. Stop by the test and say hi. And again, if you are in the background there, be sure to click that like button for me and the bell icon to be notified whenever I go live again, okay? Of course, you never know when I'm going to do a live stream, unfortunately. Alright, so now we got that back good. Start. Now, we can come back over here, okay? We could add day of the week, we can add month, we can add, what else we got up here? We could add, you know, the month, okay? We could add the day of the week. We didn't extract just the dates, did we? But you know, for right now, I think this is probably enough. And this is going to be our basic SQL script to build most of our to build out most of our data, most of our analytic tables. So let's see what this looks like. Oh. So this is basic table 1. So we should be able to come up here now and say, No, this is. It's interesting. I don't actually. Oh, forgot something. Let's go back. Right?
Sinta só esse calor, sol que arde bela flor. As nuvens descem como véu, caminho que trilha para o céu. Menino que corre, menina que canta, a água escorre na Semana Santa. E com as rosas jogadas no mar, tu ajoelhas pra Iemanjá. Solte a voz cantador pra nossa terra do amor. Solte a voz cantador pra nossa
Okay.
terra do amor.
Let's do this now.
Escuta só, vem me chamar dessa pátria que se ama, abençoada, sol, mar e terra.
No, we.
Divina joga capoeira, batuque tambor na minha faladeira, olhos no mar, pé na areia.
Now,
Brisa que faz a palmeira dançar, violão que ressoa no ar.
I mean, we could come up here and do by ride date and start month. Okay. By the way, if you're in the background there, hey, don't be bashful. Stop by, chat, and say hi. I'll be right back. Give me some drink. So we got our two main metrics here. Okay.
Vou mostrar pra ela minha capoeira.
Toca esse tambor que eu danço a noite inteira. Vou fazer bonito, hoje eu vou te impressionar. No final da noite eu vou te conquistar. Vou mostrar pra ela minha capoeira. Toca esse tambor que eu danço a noite inteira.
Distance by date.
Hoje eu vou te impressionar. No final da festa eu vou te conquistar. Capoeira, ioiô.
Let's see how this works.
Capoeira, iaia. Ó Cupido vem flechar na capoeira. Capoeira, ioiô. Capoeira, iaia. Ó Cupido vem flechar na capoeira. Eu já sei.
Now the ride count should be it.
Você me quer e eu quero você.
Right, should be the same because you're still dealing with the same number of rows. I'm gonna leave it there for right now. Now what else can we do here? Besides do a quick save. Okay. Now we can say so now we'll add another column to our function here.
Venha ver teu sorriso em teu colo, eu preciso adormecer. Essa cara de anjo finjo que me acanho pra não assustar você. Venha ver teu sorriso em teu colo, eu preciso adormecer. Essa cara de anjo finjo que me acanho pra não assustar você. Chega logo que a chuva insinua que a gente se banhe de prazer. Brindar o amor.
Let's do this duration. Let's see. Excellent.
Vamos sair dessa solidão. Vem sentir o céu abrir. Tristeza não mais. Já se foi, se foi. Amor. Amanheceu. Eu vou pra onde floresceu amor. As nuvens do verão acabaram de trazer outro
Oh, crap. This is...
raios do
Oh,
céu.
Dave.
Ares com a brisa. Areia lá do rio, terra vermelha, e vai me curar. Melodia no violão, cidade já começou a tocar. Existe
Oh,
alegria.
dropped him.
Vamos sair dessa solidão. Vem sentir o céu abrir. Tristeza não mais. Já se foi,
Let's do this as...
eu vou pra onde floresceu amor. Eu vou pra onde floresceu amor. Cai na boemia, quem anda folia, tá de bem com a vida. Troca de energia, numa sintonia, conexão maior. Se liga o tempo que corre, que passa e não perdoa. Não fique à toa esperando o amor cair do ar. Agora é a hora lá fora, a vida segue voando. Quem não bate asas se atrasa e não vai aprender a voar. Oh, 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 oh. Diz aí, diz aí. Oh, 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 oh. Na conexão. Cai na boemia,
Yeah.
quem anda folia, tá de bem com a vida.
Fechou.
Na real, na real. Troca de energia, numa sintonia, conexão maior. Se liga aí. Se liga o tempo que corre, que passa e não perdoa. Não para não. Não fica à toa esperando o amor cair do ar.
why is it ambiguous? We're only using one table. Let's get rid of this. Huh. Now, to me, this is a function of ETL. Okay, we're loading we've extracted, first we extracted the data from our data source, and then we're transforming it, and now we're loading it back up into our data warehouse, into our database. Okay. I mean, it doesn't make any difference whether these aggregate tables are located here inside of our the same database or located into a different database someplace else. Up there, didn't it? I don't know why this isn't working. Oh. Huh? There's one. Oh, up here the trouble is. Alright, I got you. Now we can go on and on. We can do it by date, a starting station, and we can do it by date and month. We can do it by date and day of the week. We can do all kinds of stuff. But I'm leaving that part up to you once you start really looking at your data, okay? Now, like day of the week or hour of the week. Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. What a tangled web we lead. Okay, good. Let's do one more. Hey, thanks so much for stopping, and I appreciate you stopping by this evening. Oh, by the way, 2 favorites I asked, quick favor. 1, click the like button for me, and 2nd, click the bell icon to be notified whenever I go live. So tell me, friend, where in the world are you located at? Okay, what I'm looking at, as you may recognize, this is the ever popular Cyclistic Bakeshare data set, which supposedly the street name supposedly look a lot like Chicago, I've been told. Of course, we don't really know that. That's been told. Some of the people who know say that looks like a Chicago address. Okay, let's see. Now what I'm doing here is I'm just creating a few aggregate tables, okay? I did it again. My weapon of choice tonight is SQL Server and also a little bit of ChatGPT maybe down the road, okay? I'm just creating some tables of the main some of the main categorical variables. What it is. So I'm just creating some basic aggregate table. I started out just create an account, the ride count, and the sum of the distance and the average of the distance by date. Okay. The outlier function here means that equals 0 means this is not an outlier. Okay. Then we came down here. We did the same thing for duration. Okay. All right. By the way, if you look here at the top, okay, click on that link and it'll take you to my GitHub repository. Both the R code and the SQL code is going to be uploaded at the end of my session this evening. Keep up, okay? So, because I used R code to basically upload the data to SQL Server. Okay, I broke the 12 months worth of data up into quarters, 4 3-month quarters. Then I uploaded all 4 to SQL Server. Then I used a Yugen function to create a single table that way. Okay. Then I did some. Then I dropped some. If you go and look at the data cleaning script, get a repository, you'll see all the data cleaning scripts I've done. So I'm just creating tables, in this case by start date and the type of whether it's a member or the member casual columns, okay? So tell me, friend, what is your background? Are you a student? Are you a data analytics professional? What exactly is your current status? And it's a lot easier to import a couple thousand rows, say, into Excel as it is to import 3 or 4 million, okay? So let's see something here.
E agora, o que faço com esse amor que não pode ser, que não pode ver a luz?
Of course, there's something missing here.
E agora, como faço pra esquecer o que eu não posso ter, mas quero viver aqui? Pode ser que
You know what I didn't do? I didn't pull out the ride start hour. I did pull a start hour. Wait a second. Okay, good. So we do have start month, day of the week, and hour. Okay. We have start hour, day of the week, month. So we could do start date and hour, calculate the number of rides by hour. We could do start by day of the week. We could do start date, month, start month, and oh, I don't know. How about this? Never let it be said that I'm not up for a challenge, okay? Come up here and change this to start hour. Spoiler alert, the most rides occur between, say, 8 and 10 in the morning and 4 and 6 in the evening, okay?
Hoje eu acordei com o coração acelerado. Olhei o telefone e não achei o seu recado. Onde será que está você agora? Um quarto muito grande na cidade tão pequena. Pensando no seu rosto eu sintonizo minha antena. Eu vivo procurando teu sorriso, porque preciso muito ainda de você. Eu estou mal, estou morrendo de saudade. Não é legal, essa distância é maldade. Manda um sinal, dizendo é mais que amizade. E cicatriza esse meu peito tão rasgado de paixão.
I'm not sure this is what I want to do, but I'm going to do it anyway.
Hoje eu acordei com o coração acelerado.
Let's just see what happens here.
Seu recado. Onde será que está você agora? Um quarto muito grande na cidade tão pequena. Pensando no seu rosto eu sintonizo minha antena. Eu vivo procurando teu sorriso, porque preciso muito ainda de você. Eu estou mal, estou morrendo de saudade. Não é legal, essa distância é maldade. Manda um sinal, dizendo é mais que amizade. Cicatriza esse meu peito tão rasgado de paixão. Eu estou mal, estou morrendo de saudade. Não é legal, essa distância é maldade. Manda um sinal, dizendo é mais que amizade. E cicatriza esse meu peito tão rasgado de paixão. Cicatriza esse meu peito tão rasgado de paixão. Cicatriza esse meu peito tão rasgado de paixão. Cicatriza esse meu peito tão rasgado de paixão.
Now, of course, like I say, we could do start month and day of the week. Okay. And to a certain extent, that could give. Now, of course, obviously the problem with these things, there's no station name, and there's no what? There's no latitude. So you can't use these particular tables to make a map. But what I'd probably do if I was doing it, and I'm not going to do it tonight, I would pull out, say, the rides for, say, you would count the number of rides by starting station and pull out the top 10, and then pull out all the additional data from that with that, and then you only work with a very small number of things here. This should give us a So are you still with me there, my friend? So of the basic setup, she'll probably do, well, maybe tomorrow night. I'll finish up with the day of the week and start month, okay? And that would give us all of our basic analytic data. Let's go over here now. Let's open up R. We're going to write a table out. And again, all this code could be uploaded to my GitHub repository this evening, and there's a link to that GitHub repository right over there, right up at the top of that thing, okay? So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to write out the analytic table. just see how this works out. So, have you looked at Duck database before yet? It's an interesting thing. It's sort of like SQLite for data analytics. It has a lot of analytic type functions installed as part of its base SQL package. It has all the standard stuff, of course, groups and stuff like that, window functions, over functions, stuff like that. But for instance, it has a built-in median function. Okay. Then it also has the functions to do quantiles without using the window functions. Because you can do quantiles, percentages in say SQL, but you have to use a window function. Over here with DuckDB, doing a quantile function is no different than doing any other aggregate function. Okay, it's just one line of code. That's all right. Let's see. It's over here. Okay. Let's go over here then. Let's add one more. Let's change this to match the table then. Part of the purpose for the analytic tables like that, the aggregate tables, summary tables, is one thing. It's it's easier to work with because it's a much smaller set of data, and also it's possible to maybe hide the main table from the end user, from the stakeholder. So all they see is just the aggregate tables. And for them, the advantage of an aggregate table, of course, is you're pulling much less data into your BI tool. I mean, if all you want to do is do a count by day of the week, what's the point of pulling in 4 million rows of data and then reducing it down to the month when you can pull in 100 rows of data or something like that. And again, I want to say, up here's the link to my GitHub repository. All this code will be uploaded at the end of tonight's session, okay? Okay, good. Let's come over here. Let's do this. I don't know if you're familiar with Parquet files. It's a different. I think it's a different way of storage data. One thing, it's a higher compression rate than say a zip file or something like that. I also think it's structured by columns, maybe. So let's also create a and just for good measure, so again, let's try this. Just for the fun of it. Let's see if we can write the Parquet file. I'm going to go out and we can compare the different sizes. Well, that was quick. Now supposedly, ChatGPT, the code interpreter, can read Parquet files. And we'll do a quick code interpreter analysis of our data also, just to see what's going on. Of course, did I mention the like button and the bell icon? Supposedly, ChatGPT Plus code interpreter can handle a file up to 100 megabytes. Oh, of course. That's absolutely correct. I cannot. We cannot write this out to a table because it's too large. But anyway, so I'm going to go ahead, update the Git repository. I'm not going to be writing any more code tonight. Okay, so the GitHub repository is now up to date. So you can go ahead and download that repository, get all the latest code. Now let's take a file size over here. Oh, well, this is a little disappointing. This file's still too big to import. Okay, so let's try to upload this data here. So this is a Cyclistic Bakeshare data. Okay, and I believe I have to check, but I believe that ChatGPT Plus code interpreter can in fact read a Parquet file. Okay, but you can see that the Parquet is a pretty doggone good compression utility, because it went from 60 megabytes to 13 megabytes. Okay, so now that we got all the hard work out of the way, let's just let well, actually, I do have it. This could take a couple minutes to upload here. I'll be right back. So that didn't take long to upload that, did it? Okay, so how big was the okay, because I think it can handle 100 megabytes. Okay. So how greedy should we get here? Should we go for 6 months worth of data? Now there is a second way to do this. Okay, and that is what's called Notable. Notable is an online notebook, similar to Jupyter Notebook, but the difference is because there's a plugin for ChatGPT, I can say you know, create a notebook on Notable, run my analytics and stuff, EDA on ChatGPT, and it'll send the Python code over to the notebook. I don't want to do that tonight. I'm going to take something a little easier tonight. 3 months, 6 months, 2. Let's go for the 3 months, okay? In Excel. And the beauty of even doing this here is I can take the whole session, copy and paste it into a Word doc. Hey, and I have a report already done. Just let me show you some of the reports I've done if I can find them. Aqui a gente tá seguro. Você pode ficar aqui. Ah, e amanhã? Amanhã a gente vê. You know, it's been a fairly productive evening. There it is. It says working, but what it's actually working is Python. Okay, that's what you have to understand. I'll provide a descriptive summary of its contents. can see it's still working. So here's the code I ran. This ran a basic describe function, okay? That's all it did. As you can see, I have nothing up my sleeves, right? And I'm going to let ChatGPT do all the work for me here, okay? I'm not going to write one line of code. That's interesting. Okay, well, then let's do the 3-month CSV. That's a little disappointing. The other advantage to using Notable is you can actually have install the packages it needs in order to complete the project. As you probably saw from the stories online, ChatGPT Plus can actually generate graphs and tables, okay, and display them online. Okay, and again, this up here is the link to my GitHub repository for you folks in the background there. All the code is now up to date as of the end of the coding session this evening. We're getting close to the point where we should be able to actually begin doing some dashboards and a few things like that the next day or two. By all means, be sure to click that like button for me and the follow and the bell icon. That way you will never miss another live stream, another upload. Okay. Now, if you're using this with the free version of ChatGPT, you can say open up the spreadsheet, and copy, say 10 or 20 rows, whatever, and cut and paste them into the window, and it'll base its analysis model on the data you paste in. Okay, so we get some interesting stuff here, don't we? Let's see, let's just say, 274,000 plus rides. Rideable type has 3 different types of bike. Classic bike is the most frequent. Timestamp indicates starting to ride. Let's see. 801 unique starting stations and 793 unique stations. The most frequent station for both starting and ending is the Kingsbury Street, Kensington Street, latitude. Let's see, the data set has more members, 206,000, than the casual riders. The date spans, let's see, 90 dates, start hour. The average start hour is 1:43 p.m., day of the week. There are 7 unique values, that's correct, with Wednesday being the most frequent. Start month, March. Trip duration, average trip duration, 13.23 minutes. Trip duration, distance of trips in miles. Okay. A nice vague description. You know, and I also upload the script here, the document with the script in it here, also up to the site. And it's working. You know, so I didn't give it really any specific instruction. I said, hey, just do a detailed analysis on it.
Quando eu te vejo eu fico assim, perco o sentido e digo sim. De todas as vezes que me apaixonei, nunca foi tão forte, me atirei sozinha. Contigo é só como eu quero estar. Segunda a domingo é contigo que eu quero estar. Quero gritar pra todo mundo.
Distribution analysis, rideable distribution rides based on member status, rides over time, average trip duration over time. Now here's the fun stuff. Look at this. Is this amazing or what? Distribution of rides of type, yeah, that makes sense. Status, the number of rides by date. What's this? Distribution of rides start hours, you know, morning and evening, good. Here's a breakdown of our analysis. Let's see. What else can we Most popular type of bike is classic bike, followed by let's see, distribution. Members have significantly more rides than casual riders. What about a plot of There are 2 peaks, yep, 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. Oh, here we go. Next, we'll take a look at the trend analysis. So this is number of rides over time. Average trip duration. Why do we have a peak in, say, March and Average trip duration over time. Distance over time. Interesting. So what do you think about this as a basic report here? The number of rides seems to fluctuate slightly over the three-month period. There are some peaks and troughs that might influence factors on weekdays versus weekends and so weather conditions and so forth. Good. The average trip duration remains relatively consistent over a period. Let's see, the average typically hovers around 10 to 15 minutes. Average trip distance 1 to 1.5 miles. Now this is in. Go on. I can't remember. I had a discussion this the other night. I want to say it's Chicago, and there's about 8 blocks to the mile. So most of these rides are saying say 10 to 15 blocks, which it makes sense in the city. Next, we want this station analysis to identify the most popular and least popular. Are you still there, my friend? Look at what this is creating here. Top 10 most popular stations. You know what we might need here? We might need a map of the 10 most popular start stations. Now this here could be has something to do with the fact that we cleaned up a lot of the end data. The chart visualizes the 10 most frequent used stations, top 10 most end stations. Lastly, let's examine the ride characteristics and understand the difference between members and casuals. Oh, very nice. The average trip distance for members versus casuals. So as you can see, overall there are more casual rides than members. Okay, but yet the average trip distance for members with the casual is almost identical. So the trip distance. Interesting. Okay. Let's come back up here. And it never hurts to add a little plot to it, okay? So it's found a problem. Now it's trying to fix this problem. Of course, regplot, it looked like I was trying to use maybe Seaborn. I think the last thing I'll do this evening, I'll try to have it predict the total number of rides for the next 30 days. Maybe the next 60 days. 30 is better because we only got 90 days worth of data. Here we go, the number of rides over time. So you can see that there is a slight increase here, while the average trip duration is actually declines ever so slightly. Average trip distance is up a little bit. Very nice. What we're looking for, we're looking to see if the increase is steady over time, or if it's leveled off. As you may recall from your, from the, as you may recall, the COVID-19 data, you had daily number, you had new cases, which is the numbers for that day. Then you had total cases, which was the total number of cases from day one up to the current date also. And that second factor can never go down. Okay? It can never go down. This is what we're looking for. Excellent. I can see there is a fairly steady increase here. A although it does appear to get a little steeper here. But there is no flattening period. Excellent. Now, the plot displays a running total of rides through a 3-month period. As expected, this line consistently moves upward, showing an accumulation of rides over time. Yes, it does. Let's start by fitting an ARIMA model. Now, one note about the cumulative totals, okay? The fact that there's a steady increase suggests that the number of rides, for instance, is per day is pretty constant. If that line had leveled off, you remember from the COVID-19 days, what's it called, leveling the curve or something like flattening the curve. That curve flattened out. That'd mean that the number of rides per day had decreased significantly. Okay. So I found an error because I'm using a newer version of the stats models library. I'm going to try to correct that. Now up here, see this is where the code they're actually running is, okay? So you can take all these sections of code and cut and paste them into a document, okay, and it'll be fine. This is rare. It's rare that it has to correct itself once, more than once. Okay, it really is. Again, folks, if you are in the background there, thanks so much. But I really need you to click on that like button for me and the bell icon to be notified whenever I go live. And of course, the subscribe button. We're like at, what are we at? We're like 1,190 rows or so, subscriptions. We're very close to that magic. Our next step up, which is 2,000 subscribers. So click the subscribe button. But the way we actually move up on the list, okay, the way we move up on the list is by up the pecking order is by that like button. Okay, so I really need you folks, you watch here tonight or you watch it during the next day, click that like button for me. Click the bell icon to be notified whenever I go live. Excellent. We have some plots. Now this shouldn't be a surprise because we got a steady increase. So the question is, what is the try this. So I want to actually add a number up here for us. Otherwise, these up here must be in thousands or something like that. Okay. And I'll also upload this Word document to the site also. Now some people say, well, you got to prime the pump, and you got to give it context, you got to tell it what role it's performing. No, you don't. There's no difference between an entry-level analyst and a senior-level analyst. It doesn't do anything about job roles, beginner versus experienced. All you got to do is say, here's the data, and this is what the data is. And because it's doing statistical analysis, it doesn't really make any difference what the columns actually represent. Ooh, another oversight. Oh, good. What is that? I can't read that. Just in case we can't actually read the plot up here, but that's exactly what we're looking for, right? Now, you can do all this analysis here except for the plot visualizations using just a regular ChatGPT, okay? Oh, wait. While we're here, we might as well go ahead and add a confidence banner. I don't see any confidence intervals. Do you?
São tantas memórias, tantos momentos que a gente viveu, mas agora nada vai mudar o que passou entre nós dois. Nem mesmo o tempo, a distância não vai mudar. Restam as lembranças deixadas nos lençóis. Ficam as marcas, ideias que eu vou guardar.
I can't see them.
Bem forte e deixa fluir. Desejo que não tem
Uh-oh.
de dia voltar pra mim. Nada vai mudar o que passou entre nós dois. Nem mesmo o tempo, a distância não vai
Okay. You know what? Let's call it a quits tonight. Like I said, the last thing I'm gonna do is cut and paste this into yes, except it's not really working. Didn't really work. What's the handle?
quando é assim. Bem forte e deixa fluir. Desejo que não tem fim. De dia voltar pra mim. Só nós dois. Lembra? Na praia.
Oh, I don't know.
Aquele sol caindo no horizonte. E a gente juntinho.
That was too big. Control C.
Eu nunca vou esquecer.
Word. Here's all our plots. We would probably need to come back open here. Here's our predicted values. Now you'd obviously have to come back over here and Alright, so now let's come back over here. And let's upload the report. Now obviously the report needs to be worked on a little bit. You go back and resize all the plots and stuff like that. Oh, it's probably really what it's probably actually creating a dynamic HTML document is what it's really doing. And there, my friends, with that session, I'm going to bring this session to a close. It's a 2-hour, 11-minute session. Hey, thanks so much for the people who stopped by the background. One more time, I'm pleading with you, click the subscribe button, click the like button, and click the bell icon to be notified whenever I go live.